This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us. I'm Jill Sperling.
I'm Jason Valentine.
You doing okay, Jason?
That was the most ridiculous story I've ever seen on this program. I don't know, the idea of, sleep next to your phone. It's going to record what you say. I don't know. It just
sleep sounds, Jason.
It blew
sleep
me
sounds.
away. But Pokemon is a huge phenomenon.
Yes,
so
it absolutely
if you
is.
get some more, it could help some folks sleep. Maybe, I hope that's the case.
Yeah.
I hope it's all benevolent. All right, let's take a look outside as I recover from that story. And folks, we're looking at a beautiful, beautiful day, and do get ready for more of it on the way this weekend. Again, some sunshine starting to break on through, and we're seeing plenty of sunshine today. A little bit of cloud coverage in your morning hours, but that will be moving on out. Highs mid to lower 90s for most of our cities today. Ellensburg upper 80s. So just to give you an idea of, we're pretty warm, but we're right around our averages for this time of year. So if you're looking for, again, it's Waterfollies weekend for the Tri-Cities. Usually that is one of the hottest weekends of the year. Not this year. We're just right around our average. Still hot though, mid 90s. If you are outside, make sure you hydrate. Make sure you use sunscreen. Don't sleep on that, even when it's average temperatures. But we're just looking at a nice weekend ahead. So slightly warmer today, sunny skies. A nice weekend is here. Can't wait to tell you all about it. That's in my forecast coming up. But for right now, let's send it back to Jill.
4 break-ins, windows smashed, and a church set on fire. A Pasco man has been arrested after an early Thursday morning crime scene where he allegedly left messages for police on walls and other areas. Apple Valley News Now's Anna Trejo spoke with investigators who say this was definitely a unique call.
Lieutenant Thomas Groom with the Pasco Police Department says officers were dispatched to broken windows at the former Bank of America building on Lewis Street, but the calls kept coming. Celebration One Salon on West Clark Street had its window smashed. Then the suspected vandal went to Atomic Foods on North 4th Avenue, smashed through the window and broke into the cash register, stealing thousands in cash. Next came
about 6:15 this morning, I got a report of a fire at the church on 1207 West Court, and we responded as such.
a fire reported at the Apostolic Lutheran Church of the Tri-Cities on West Court Street.
When officers responded initially, the building was on fire. Pasco Fire responded and began dealing with that issue. Our officers set up containment around the area in case our suspect was still in the area. Once containment was set up, one of our officers did see him in the containment area. He was challenged, either began to flee or resist arrest in one way or the other, and a taser was applied to take him into custody.
As soon as the smoke cleared and police and fire could get into the area, they found a message from their suspect.
Yeah, so that was something we were not expecting. It does appear that there was a message written by the suspect who identified himself in the message. We believe he wrote it in his own blood, so it is a unique call.
36-year-old Seth Clindworth was arrested and is facing charges of arson and burglary in these cases. While it's a relief the spree is over, others are left to pick up the pieces.
There was some significant damage, fire damage, smoke damage. The fire was located on the first floor, so there's a basement and a second story, but it was mainly to the first floor.
Yeah, so at this time we don't know the mechanism that he used to start the fire. We do have fire investigators out there with our detectives trying to determine how the fire was started.
Despite the situation, Pasco Fire Chief Crowley says he is grateful to all of the agencies who worked together to make it come to a peaceful end. Ana Trejo, Apple Valley News Now.
You can find all of the agencies who responded to the fire on our website, applevalleynewsnow.com. Sergeant Groom says while there are reports of someone being pulled from the fire at the church, they believe that someone was the suspect. The Yakima Sheriff's Office says an alert homeowner with home security cameras helped them stop a burglary in progress. Investigators say the homeowner saw the break-in happen over their cameras and called 911. Deputies say when they got there, the suspect got onto a sports bike, rammed a deputy, and then took off. Investigators say they worked with Yakima police to track the suspect and a second person down in a vehicle that crashed in the West Valley area. The sheriff's office says both people ran from the wreck, and the suspect allegedly broke into several more houses before officers were able to get him into custody. Investigators say both people are wanted on felony warrants out of Oregon, and they are both in the county jail. And we have an update about the law enforcement activity and arrest at a home on Quillian Street in Kennewick. Police say they searched the home as part of an investigation into a meth lab in the garage. They arrested a 40-year-old man and booked him into the Benton County Jail on a felony charge of manufacturing methamphetamines. He's being held without bail. The investigation is ongoing. Firefighters are still working to get the Newell Road fire under control in Klickitat County. This is in a fairly rural area near the Washington-Oregon border. It's the fire that sent smoke pouring into the Tri-Cities last Friday. Crews estimate the fire has now burned more than 61,000 acres. Firefighters say they're making good progress after several days of work, thanks to help from crews all over the region.
One of those trucks is from Camas-Washougal. We've got Fire District 3 and Clark County Fire District 10 as well. The engine on the other side of the brush rigs, that's from Clark Cowlitz Fire Rescue, so Ridgefield, La Center, Woodland.
The fire is currently 71% contained, and a second evacuation shelter has opened up at Grandview Middle School in Grandview. You can find further updates on our website, applevalleynewsnow.com. Washington State will be getting millions of dollars from the country's largest opioid manufacturers, thanks to the settlement of several lawsuits by Attorney General Bob Ferguson. Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell tells us it's up to local governments to make sure that money is used effectively, and the city of Yakima is already getting started.
The city of Yakima is getting $1.3 million over the next 17 years from the state's opioid lawsuit settlements to help deal with the crisis at a local level.
Annual distributions of about $50,000 starting in July.
To be used for prevention, treatment, or other strategies. Things like education to destigmatize substance use disorder.
Why do we celebrate when somebody is cancer-free? We have parties, we hand out pink ribbons, we have this big celebration. Why don't we do the same when somebody goes through recovery?
It's what they do when someone completes treatment and graduates from Drug Court, the city's community diversion program, which has had 63 graduates since it started in 2016.
77% of graduates remain crime-free. Pictured is one of our recent graduations. They're really inspirational. People work hard to change their lives.
Staff say the settlement money could help them reach more people before it's too late.
My brother Jeff lit up any room he entered.
But in 2020, he died of a fentanyl overdose.
There's not a day that goes by, and I hope there never is, that I don't miss him.
A loss that might be prevented for other families with the expansion of the city's Drug Court program.
We need to spend the money to save lives now.
The council says they want to hear from local treatment providers about all the programs they have to help people with substance use disorder before they make any decisions. In Yakima, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
The council also wants to know what Yakima County, Sunnyside, and Grandview are planning to do with their pieces of the settlement, and whether anyone is planning to pool their money for a bigger investment. Jason Valentine returns now with a look at your morning weather forecast.
Another beautiful start to our day. We have a nice Friday on the way, but how's your weekend look? I'll have that in my first alert weather forecast coming right up.
Plus, it's time for Richland's annual Art in the Park. When we come back, we'll tell you why the Allied Arts Association makes this event free to the public.
At the hearing, prosecutors played an audio recording of the teen shooter before the attack, saying he's going to have so much fun.
This morning, a critical hearing resumes in a Michigan courtroom for Ethan Crumbley, the 17-year-old boy who killed 4 people inside his high school in 2021. A judge is hearing arguments over whether Crumbley should spend the rest of his life in prison.
On People versus Ethan Crumbley, case number 2022-279.
Families of the victims sobbed as prosecutors played previously unseen surveillance video of the shooting. The judge ordered news cameras not to show the video. And the courtroom listened to recordings made by Crumbley the night before the shooting.
My name is Ethan Crumbley, aged 15, and I'm going to be the next school shooter.
Prosecutors also showed a handwritten journal recovered from Crumbley's backpack, who was 15 at the time of the shooting. In the journal, Crumbley writing, "I am fully committed to this now. I am going to prison for life." Crumbley has already pleaded guilty to more than 24 charges, including murder and terrorism. He sat in the courtroom, not looking up, as one teacher described calling her husband after she was shot.
Sent my husband a text message that just said, "I love you, active shooter."
The defense argued Crumbley struggled with mental health issues and had a troubled childhood with no friends. And they say sentencing him to life without parole is too severe. But prosecutors insist the teenager should never leave prison.
Not just the number of children who died, but the way the defendant killed them, the amount of research and planning and preparation that went into it, and the way he carried it out.
Crumbley's parents are charged with involuntary manslaughter, accused of buying a gun for their son and ignoring his mental health needs. They pleaded not guilty.
One of the Eagles' founding members, Randy Meisner, is being remembered as an integral member of the Hall of Fame band. Meisner sang lead vocals on the hit "Take It to the Limit." The Nebraska native died in Los Angeles Wednesday night due to complications from COPD. Randy Meisner was 77 years old.
Time now for a look at your Friday weather. A severe storm brought out the tarp at the Mets game in New York last night as a line of storms moved through the Northeast. Today, the severe storm threat is in the Midwest. Des Moines, Chicago, Detroit, Cleveland all could see damaging wind, hail, and even a tornado. Checking today's high temperatures.
Welcome back. The annual Art in the Park Festival kicks off at Howard Amon Park this morning. The event is presented by the Allied Arts Association, which runs Gallery at the park. This year, around 300 artists have set up booths at the park, a record for the event. Art in the Park runs Friday and Saturday at no charge to anyone wanting to check it out.
Totally free. It's part of the association's mission is bringing art to the community. So we're more than happy to have people just come and look at the art, get a feel for it.
Because of the number of artists this year, the event has expanded behind the children's play area on the south side of Lee Boulevard. Art in the Park starts an hour earlier this year at 8 a.m. to let people enjoy the art before it gets too hot. Taylor Swift wasn't joking in her hit Shake It Off. There was a whole lot of shaking going on during her shows in Seattle this weekend. A seismologist has determined Swift's shows at Lumen Field on Saturday and Sunday caused the seismic equivalent of a 2.3 magnitude earthquake. And that's a new record. The Swift quake beat out the famous 2011 Beastquake, a record at the time. That's when Seattle Seahawks fans erupted after an impressive touchdown by Marshawn Lynch, affectionately known as Beast Mode, causing the equivalent of a magnitude 2 earthquake. That means the Swiftquake at its max was about twice as strong. There happens to be a seismometer next to the stadium, and Jackie Kaplan Auerbach, a geology professor at Western Washington University, decided to compare the seismic activity, determining the Swiftquake is the clear champion. And it might not be the fairest fight, as the Beastquake lasted about a minute, while the Swiftquake lasted several hours, and she had a considerably larger audience. It also turns out the weekend's concert in August 2022 was also louder than the Beastquake, but only slightly. A founding member of the legendary American rock band, the Eagles, has died at the age of 77. Randy Meisner, who served as a bassist and vocalist, was best known for his signature ballad, Take It to the Limit. Meisner formed the band in 1971 with Glenn Frey, Don Henley, and Bernie Leadon. And he made major contributions to the Eagles catalog, including the classic LP Hotel California, but left after the album's tour. Meisner had solo success in 1978 with the soft rock hit Hearts on Fire. He appeared with the Eagles at the 1998 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction, but never formally reunited with the band. Meisner, who suffered from health issues in his later years, passed away from COPD on Wednesday. Coming up, a critical hearing resumes today in a Michigan courtroom for the 17-year-old boy who killed 4 people inside his high school in 2021. And Jason Valentine will return with a look at your First Alert weather forecast.
Get a free Makita Impact Driver Kit or a Pit Boss Grill now. When you build a deck with wood decking or TimberTech or Trex composite decking and railing from Par, visit par.com for details.
What are you going to build?
Cut your ties to the fuel pump with an electric vehicle from Overturf Kia, your EV headquarters. You'll find a great selection of new vehicles in stock now. Lease the 2023 all-electric Kia EV6 Wind with all-wheel drive for just $489 per month, or purchase for just $53,699. Take delivery today or reserve a car that's on its way. Shop online anytime at overturfkia.com. Overturf Kia at the base of the Blue Bridge in Kennewick.
You ready?
More than ready.
Blue Compass RV has over 100 dealerships coast to coast. So we're with you today, tomorrow, and the road ahead. It's a little something we like to call peace of mind.
Well, here we are, mile marker 0.
More like mile 3,652.
Blue Compass RV.
Let's take the long way home.
Floor scuffs, tears, and nasty scratches. Forget them for good with Ruby Sliders, the chair leg covers that stretch to fit most chairs and make floor marks a thing of the past. Slide it here, slide it there, slide it anywhere. Just slip them on and keep your floors looking like new. They fit any size or shape furniture leg and glide effortlessly. Forget flimsy felt pads and caps that don't fit. Just stretch it on and slide it. Call or click now to get Ruby Sliders for as low as 99 cents with free shipping.
Next ET, The Parent Trap turns 25.
You are aging me.
ET was on the set with an 11-year-old Lindsay Lohan.
It's fun and I like the attention.
Next ET.
Tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
A kayak club outing on a beautiful mountain lake.
We do weekly trips, which we invite the public to come.
It's a great experience out in nature. It's low impact.
Fly the Northwest.
You get to see things that a lot of people aren't going to see.
Apple Valley News Now at 6 Tuesday.
Next Extra. He's the secret weapon behind the atomic bomb blockbuster Oppenheimer.
Chris is obviously the master storyteller.
Legendary director Christopher Nolan on his film getting major Oscar buzz. Next Extra.
Tonight at 7:30 on Apple Valley News Now. The best way to end your day.
That is good TV.
Friends, tonight at 11:05.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Jason Valentine.
Good Friday morning, everyone. Hope you're enjoying your morning so far. Welcome to the weekend. Oh, we are beautiful yet again this morning, and we're going to continue to see sunshine coming on through as we're looking at a beautiful day really this week. If you are a fan of the sun, you have been spoiled, and it's going to continue most likely for the next week at least. So current temperatures, we're staying comfortable in our morning hours, mid to upper 50s, lower 60s. So you can just feel a little bit of that chill in the morning hours, especially compared to what we've been seeing for our highs. Now our temperatures, this is for the Tri-Cities. Our average is 94 for this time of year, and we are a little above, a little below for the week ahead. Just yesterday, we thought we were going to get up to possibly triple digits by Wednesday, but that has been tempered down a bit, and we're just kind of in a steady groove for all of our areas. So all of our areas for the week ahead, upper 80s, mid to lower 90s. And folks, plenty of sunshine, not much wind. Really, it's going to be settling down. For our future cast, we have a little bit of cloud coverage moving on pretty quickly today, and then we're going to be seeing ample sunshine into your Saturday, into your Sunday, and looks like into our next work week. Folks, what beautiful conditions for water follies. Now, since it isn't in the triple digits like it usually is, do remember, it can be easy to forget when it's not as hot to hydrate, to keep on the sunscreen. Just very important all the time, especially if you're outside for an extended period. Also good news for water follies is wind speed. We're looking at light wind speeds yet again today. Now winds are going to pick up slightly tomorrow. As we get to Sunday evening, we could see 20 to 10 mile per hour winds. So that's the best chance of seeing some heavier winds, but still it's not that heavy, but still you could see a little bit of wind action on your Sunday. But other than that, looking at perfect conditions for the Water Follies weekend in the Tri-Cities. So looking very nice. So as we look at our wildfires and smoke map, we are back to just in the moderate zone for the entire state of Washington and most of Oregon due to those fires in Oregon. But our air quality is holding tough in the good zone, though with it getting up a little bit into the moderate. We could see moderate air quality for your weekend. So if you are susceptible to air quality issues, please do take note. All right, we're right around 90 degrees for Yakima and Toppenish. Ellensburg, you're at 88, so staying warm throughout all of our areas. As we move into the mid-Columbia, mid to lower 90s in the Blue Mountain region as well. And folks, we're going to stay in this groove for a while. So really, we're only varying in the week ahead from 88 Sunday to 96 by Wednesday. So almost a what you see is what you're going to get the next day. Overnight lows, mid to lower 60s, upper 50s. In the Tri-Cities area, we're in those mid to lower 90s, and the variance goes from 91 on Sunday to 97 on Wednesday. Ample sunshine on the way. Again, a very nice weekend is on the way. For your Friday, you're going to wake up to these comfortable temperatures and more sunshine to come. And folks, we are ending July this weekend as we get into Tuesday, August, looking like a very average but nice weekend to come.
Now to the emotional hearing in Michigan, where a judge will decide whether a school shooter spends the rest of his life in prison. At the hearing, prosecutors played an audio recording of the teen shooter before the attack, saying he's going to have so much fun. ABC's Andrea Fujii has more.
This morning, a critical hearing resumes in a Michigan courtroom for Ethan Crumbley, the 17-year-old boy who killed 4 people inside his high school in 2021. A judge is hearing arguments over whether Crumbley should spend the rest of his life in prison.
On People versus Ethan Crumbley, case number 2022-279.
Families of the victims sobbed as prosecutors played previously unseen surveillance video of the shooting. The judge ordered news cameras not to show the video. And the courtroom listened to recordings made by Crumbley the night before the shooting.
My name is Ethan Crumbley, aged 15, and I'm going to be the next school shooter.
Prosecutors also showed a handwritten journal recovered from Crumbley's backpack, who was 15 at the time of the shooting. In the journal, Crumbley writing, "I am fully committed to this now. I am going to prison for life." Crumbley has already pleaded guilty to more than 24 charges, including murder and terrorism. He sat in the courtroom, not looking up, as one teacher described calling her husband after she was shot.
Sent my husband a text message that just said, "I love you," active shooter.
The defense argued Crumbley struggled with mental health issues and had a troubled childhood with no friends. And they say sentencing him to life without parole is too severe. But prosecutors insist the teenager should never leave prison.
Not just the number of children who died, but the way the defendant killed them, the amount of research and planning and preparation that went into it, and the way he carried it out.
Andrea Fujii, ABC News, New York.
When we return on Good Morning Northwest, a 14-year-old Arizona girl who mysteriously went missing in 2019 has been found safe, happy, and healthy in Montana.
You deserve a great mattress. Get one now with no credit needed for just $39 down and 100 days same as cash. Only at Mattress Depot USA.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
Introducing Blue Compass RV, formerly Appleway RV. Same location, new adventures. Come celebrate and save during our grand opening sale with up to 50% off. The best prices of the year on America's favorite brands. Plus, get a 1-year VIP membership to RV Complete, including 24/7, 365 technical and roadside assistance and much more. Wherever you roam, we'll be there. And now save up to 50% off at Blue Compass RV, formerly Appleway RV.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Medically Speaking.
Here at the clinic, we offer our medical weight loss program. Diabetes, and more broadly, insulin resistance, is a highly inflammatory state that increases our risk of cardiovascular disease, cancer, as well as Alzheimer's and other neurodegenerative diseases.
Basically, it's the lack of awareness about what's creating that weight. There's lots of psychological aspects to that, so that where you come to is to a more centered place of feeling good and connected and positive about yourself, self-confidence.
You have access to over 100 weekly group fitness classes, top-notch fitness facilities, cutting-edge scientific therapies integrated into your program, and dedicated coaches rooting for your success. We also offer options for pharmaceutical assistance. We create patient-specific game plans centered around the 7 essential elements, which are sleep, nutrition, atmosphere, breathing, movement, thought, and purpose.
So rather than just focus, it's not dieting and it's not focused on dieting, and that's not what we do here at Pacific Clinic. It's mind, body, physical, emotional, mental, and the combination of all of those things. And I think that makes us tremendously different than any of the other programs out there.
To get started, call 509-783-5465 and schedule an appointment with a client advocate today.
David, did you remember to get me an anniversary present?
Anniversary? Of course! It's Mattress Depot USA's anniversary sale!
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
Smoke City for Less. We are open 7 days a week with now 5 locations.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, a teenager from Arizona suddenly reappears 4 years after she went missing. Here's ABC's Andrew Dimbert.
A teenage girl from Arizona who went missing in 2019 turns up nearly 4 years later in a small Montana town near the Canadian border.
For everyone who has missing loved ones, I want you to use this case as an example that miracles do exist and never lose hope and always fight.
Alicia Navarro's mother posting this emotional video online. Alicia, who has autism, was 14 years old when she vanished in September 2019, leaving behind a note saying she would be back. At the time, Alicia's mother feared her daughter may have been lured by a predator online.
I do not know the details. I do confirm that she is my daughter, she is alive, and she is safe.
The teen's disappearance is shrouded in mystery. The now 18-year-old was last seen at her home in Arizona, but recently wandered into a local police station in Montana, nearly 1,000 miles away from where she was reported missing. Police releasing this FaceTime conversation with Navarro.
Did anybody hurt you in any way?
No, no one hurt me.
Okay, because, our goal is we just want to make sure that you're safe.
She is, by all accounts, safe. She is, by all accounts, healthy. And she is, by all accounts, happy.
Authorities believe Alicia's disappearance likely began as a runaway. While she was still missing, her family hired private investigator Trent Steele, who is still searching for answers.
She's been found, but the investigation is far from over. Obviously, we have to piece together what's happened the last 3+ years that she's been gone.
Alicia's mother, Jessica, now just waiting for the moment she can reunite with her daughter, a moment 4 years in the making. Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
Wow, a lot of story behind that. Authorities, though, say Alicia is asking for privacy and wants to move on with her life. Coming up, former President Trump is facing new charges in the case accusing him of illegally possessing classified documents, with prosecutors alleging that he asked a staffer to delete camera footage.
Find amazing deals store-wide during the anniversary sale at Furniture Row. Every sofa, every dining table, and every bed is on sale. Plus 5 years, no interest financing. The anniversary sale, on now at Furniture Row.
There are some people who have been tricked and lied to by someone they trust, someone they may even love, someone who sells them for sex. That's sex trafficking, and it's a crime. If you're a victim of sex trafficking, know that there is hope. There is a way out, a way to a better life. There are people who can help. You just need to take the first step.
The Support Advocacy and Resource Center, SARC, is here to help. Visit us at supportadvocacyresourcecenter.org. Services are free and confidential.
I'm Buzz the Bee from the Painting Bees. So what do? We're a local painting company. We paint exterior, we do interior painting, and cabinetry as well. So if you're interested in a free estimate, visit our website or call us at 591-8160.
Warning, your air conditioner unit needs service. Would you like me to call Bruce?
Yes, call Bruce.
Thanks to today's modern technology, it's never been easier to call Bruce Heating and Air. When your AC unit needs serviced, call Bruce.
Oh my gosh.
Let's get this party started.
Just make sure you call the right Bruce.
Now through September 30th, receive rebates up to $2,250 off on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Bruce Heating and Air.
During summer, weather can change suddenly.
Stacy Lee. She knows the Northwest, and she knows Northwest weather.
High winds can come up, or maybe a downpour, and that can affect your plans.
Trust Stacy to deliver the weather information you need just the way you want it.
I'm always looking days ahead for the next weather event that will impact our area, so you'll be prepared for what's coming.
Stacy Lee. She's on your side. Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather. Weeknights at 5, 6, and 6:30.
Hot Tub. Major manufacturers and warehouses clearance of new 2023 inventory. Today through Sunday. 2 locations, Spokane and Pasco. Over 100 hot tubs on display and everything must go. New 2023 inventory. Hot tubs starting at $29.95. All inventory 40 to 80% off. See the revolutionary swim spa in action and save up to 60%. Trade-ins welcome. Free delivery. We'll even haul away your old hot tub. Worry-free installation. 18-month interest-free financing. Millions of dollars of inventory must be sold. Spokane County Fair and Expo Center and Hapo Center. Free admission. Free parking. Call 833-SPA-SALE.
Protect your dog from fleas and ticks with NexGard Chews, the protection that's #1 with dogs. Use with caution in dogs with a history of seizures or neurologic disorders. For a limited time, get up to a 2-month rebate when you buy 12 doses of both NexGard Chews and HeartGuard Plus Chews from your vet. Terms apply.
The anniversary sale at Denver Mattress is on now. Save $200 on our Doctor's Choice lineup, any size, any model. Or check out the Summit, now only $299.99, plus 5 years no interest and free shipping. The anniversary sale only at Denver Mattress.
This newscast sponsored by Nissan.
A new indictment in the case against former President Donald Trump includes extra charges of obstruction and willful retention of national defense information. And while the Hunter Biden's court drama continues, the White House states the president's son shouldn't expect any political assistance from his father.
And the weekend is here with a sunny Friday on the way, but how does the weekend look, especially for water follies in the Tri-Cities? I'll get you prepared. My first alert weather forecast.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us. I'm Jill Sperling.
And I'm Jason Valentine. Welcome to Friday. I love saying it, you know.
I do know.
Welcome to the weekend.
Yes.
We are here. Good morning, Jill.
Good morning, Jason.
And we're looking at a nice weekend, at least weather-wise, ahead. Average. Last year for water follies, we were in the deep double digits.
I remember it well.
So we're just average
Yes.
today, mid to lower 90s. Let's take a look outside. And folks, it is another beautiful morning. We have a little bit of cloud coverage out there this morning, but that will be swiftly moving along as we expect another sunny afternoon and sunny weekend ahead. We're slightly warmer today, going to be right around that 90-degree mark for Yakima. So tomorrow, a little warmer, then a little cooler on Sunday. Folks, we're going to be straddling our averages for this time of year as we move into our weekend and into our next work week, though we expect to be slightly warmer as we get to, well, August 1st, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. For the Tri-Cities area, sunny and around 93 today. Expect 95 tomorrow and then around 90 for Sunday. So a little cooler on Sunday. Walla Walla, plenty of sunshine. Again, folks, light winds today. Winds could pick up Sunday evening at around 10 to 20 mile per hour, but that looks to be the next real push of wind. So slightly warmer, sunny day, nice weekend is here. I'll have your forecast. That's coming up, but for right now, let's send it back to Jill.
Now to new charges against former President Donald Trump in the special counsel's classified records investigation. The additional criminal counts stem from allegations that Trump tried to have grand jury requested surveillance video from his home deleted and from a classified military document allegedly in Trump's possession during a conversation after leaving office that's now evidence for the special counsel. The former president attacking the new charges as harassment. ABC's Justin Finch with more from Washington.
This morning, 2 new criminal counts against former President Trump in the special counsel's probe into his alleged mishandling of classified records and alleged efforts to block the government's attempts to get them back. Special counsel Jack Smith filing 2 more counts in a superseding indictment, including 1 more count of willful retention of national defense information, plus another obstruction of justice count. Trump already faced 37 criminal counts in the special counsel's initial indictment in June and pleaded not guilty to all charges. This latest indictment also charging the head of maintenance at Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate, Carlos de Oliveira, for allegedly making false statements to the FBI. Federal prosecutors allege Trump directed De Oliveira to erase surveillance video from Mar-a-Lago that the grand jury requested by subpoena.
According to this indictment, De Oliveira tells Trump employee 4, we don't know who that is, that the boss wanted the server deleted.
The superseding indictment also charges Trump with possessing a classified document in an audio recording now used as evidence.
Highly confidential, secret. This is secret information.
Trump, who denies any wrongdoing, telling ABC News at the time, it's bravado if you want to know the truth. In an overnight interview with Fox, Trump accused the Justice Department of harassment. That reaction coming after his lawyers met with members of the special counsel as Trump faces another potential indictment in a separate investigation into his alleged efforts to overturn the 2020 election.
Trump posting about that special counsel meeting on social media, calling it productive and saying another indictment would only further destroy the country. De Oliveira is due in court Monday. Negotiations continue over a proposed plea deal for Hunter Biden on tax charges after it fell apart in a Delaware court Wednesday. When asked by a reporter Thursday if President Joe Biden might consider pardoning his son over felony gun and tax misdemeanor charges, White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre offered a decisive no.
From a presidential perspective, is there any possibility that the president would end up pardoning his son?
No. Really not going to say anything more than what I shared yesterday. This is a personal matter for Hunter Biden. This is, a personal issue. And as you know, this has been done in an independent way by the Department of Justice. It has been led by a Trump-appointed prosecutor, and I'm just not going to comment beyond what I said yesterday. And of course, and we have said this multiple times, the President and the First Lady, they love their son, and they support him as he is working to rebuild his life. I'm just not going to say anything beyond that.
To say if the president had spoken to his son after a plea deal fell apart in federal court Wednesday. The White House has largely avoided commenting on the legal woes facing the president's son, instead referring inquiries to the Department of Justice and to Hunter Biden's personal legal team. Jason Valentine returns now with a look at your morning weather forecast.
Folks, as we're getting ready for the final weekend of July, we got plenty of sunshine this morning and comfortable conditions. I'll let you know what to expect coming up in my First Alert weather forecast.
Plus, Massachusetts zoos are using ice treats and misters to help their animals beat the heat wave.
E.T. and Extra, tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Extra, extra. This summer, happiness is a new Chevy. You can go farther, tow more, and bring along everyone you love. Your road to happiness begins in a new Chevy. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 Crew Cab LT Turbo Max pickups, or get $5,250 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. See your community Chevy dealers.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Medically Speaking.
My name is Lauren Martin. I started to work out at Hanford in 1982. And for 20 years, I worked with the fleet, repairing cranes, locomotives, cars, ambulances, fire trucks, everything. After 20 years, then I came down with a disease, and my doctors in Spokane strongly encouraged me to change careers. It's just amazing. Just recently, I had a need for a walker. Right there it was. If I need any supplies, they're there for me. All I have to do is pick up the phone and it's there.
So we'll definitely evaluate their past employment. As a registered nurse myself, I'll look through their medical records and I'll look to see maybe what medical conditions they have, and we'll be very upfront with them, honest about whether they do have a claim that could warrant benefits or not.
Like most backseat drivers, I'm all about safety. Uh-oh! Les Schwab Tires is too. Because Les Schwab fixes brakes, steering, and more. See those guys? They just do tires. Eyes ahead, Dad! Look, I'm not telling people how to do their job. Blinker, I'm just glad Les Schwab puts my safety first. Watch, they're gonna come greet me.
Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
For over 600 different premium cigars, including every cigar rated 95 and higher in the last decade. It's The Educated Cigar. For 115 different fine pipe tobaccos and 55 different Briarwood pipes from England, Germany, and Italy. It's The Educated Cigar. For 95 and higher rated wines and White Bluff IPAs, it's The Educated Cigar in Richland.
A kayak club outing on a beautiful mountain lake.
We do weekly trips, which we invite the public to come.
It's a great experience out in nature. It's low impact.
Fly the Northwest.
You get to see things that a lot of people aren't going to see.
Apple Valley News Now at 6 Tuesday.
Next live, Outkast's Big Boy from Big RV Remix.
Satisfaction guaranteed.
And Craig Ferguson from his podcast, Joy.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back. Well, when it's this hot, even animals need to find ways to beat the heat. And that's why Stone Zoo and the Franklin Park Zoo in Massachusetts are making cool treats for their wards.
Gorillas got iced, hi buddy, diluted fruit juice with berries. Ring-tailed lemurs get frozen treats with what they consider delicious, yes, Jill, bugs. Is that a warthog? According to the zoo, some animals also receive misters.
Yes.
And many need careful monitoring.
That does look like fun on a hot day.
Well, yes.
If you like wallowing in mud.
Well, just trying to get it just right. There's the ostriches, a little bit of a mister for the ostriches. Very cool.
Looks like they're having a good time.
My favorite of these, a few years ago, 12 Pandas got a bunch of watermelon to keep cool.
And I love that. I could watch that all day.
Cutest, I think I did. All right, folks, you're going to want to watch the skies all day. It's going to be beautiful, and get ready for a nice weekend as well. Let me get you the details next.
And with record-breaking high temperatures this summer, air conditioning can make a big difference on hot days, but it comes at a cost. We're talking about that next on Good Morning Northwest.
I'm Susan Alatrico. Coming up on 30 years as the Alan Brecky Law Office's spokesperson, I don't advocate for any other professional than Mr. Brecky. Over the years, I've come to know him as trustworthy, honest, competent, and respected by his opponents.
Here we go.
Oh, yeah. Boom.
Big money, big celebrities.
You put this in your ear to clean it out? It's Pax.
I would have guessed harpoon.
The $100,000 Pyramid, now at its new time, Sunday at 9/8 Central on ABC and stream on Hulu.
Hey fans, Eric the Peanut Guy here to tell you that Dust Devils Baseball is back with affordable family fun all season long. It's boat race season and we're gearing up for another Rooster Tails weekend. Your Dust Devils will play as their alternate identity, the Columbia River Rooster Tails, this Friday through Sunday. Friday night is Family Feast Night, presented by the Tri-Cities Airport with concessions deals throughout the game. Then be here on Saturday when we're shooting off post-game fireworks, thanks to BNSF Railway. For tickets, visit DustDevilsBaseball.com. Dust Devils Baseball. It'll blow you away.
So, all of us are here to talk about trading. Right now at US Cellular, you can get a new phone without having to trade in your old one.
Trade you my PB&J for that phone.
No, kid, you don't have to trade. See? $600 off any phone at US Cellular. No trade-in needed.
You drive a hard bargain. Boom. Chocolate milk.
You don't have to trade.
I'll take the chocolate milk.
Okay.
Get $600 off any phone. No trade-in needed. US Cellular. Built for us.
Warning, your air conditioner unit needs service. Would you like me to call Bruce?
Yes, call Bruce.
Thanks to today's modern technology, it's never been easier to call Bruce Heating and Air. When your AC unit needs serviced, call Bruce.
Oh my gosh.
Let's get this party started.
Just make sure you call the right Bruce.
Now through September 30th, receive rebates up to $2,250 off on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Bruce Heating and Air.
Smoke City for Less is your one-stop shop in Kennewick, Richland, Pasco, West Richland, and Hermiston. Every location is conveniently located. And now, Smoke City for Less Hermiston has relocated to North 1st Street by AutoZone. An easy turnoff, $3.95, and you are there. For the lowest prices and largest selection of vape mods, the best batteries, tobacco products, Kratom, and specialty products too. Open 7 days a week, 5 locations, Kennewick, Richland, Pasco, West Richland, and the new location in Hermiston, off $3.95. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
Next ET, The Parent Trap turns 25.
You are aging me.
ET was on the set with an 11-year-old Lindsay Lohan.
It's fun and I like the attention.
Next ET.
Tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
I'm Susan Alatrico. Coming up on 30 years as the Alan Brecky Law Office's spokesperson, I don't advocate for any other professional than Mr. Brecky. Over the years, I've come to know him as trustworthy, honest, competent, and respected by his opponents.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Jason Valentine.
Good Friday morning, everyone. We've made it to the weekend. Hope you're having a good morning so far. Plenty of nice conditions this morning. We do have a little bit, just a will-o-wisp of clouds out there. But other than that, we're looking at a perfect morning, and we're going to be seeing more perfection as we move along into our weekend. So currently, we still have those comfortable morning temperatures, mid to upper 50s, mid to mostly lower 60s. So folks, we're looking at a very nice morning. So if you're heading out the door anytime soon, it's going to be very comfortable, maybe even a chilly for some of you. So enjoy that. But we're looking at a warm day today. We're going to be slightly warmer than yesterday. And folks, we're going to be right around our average, a little above, a little below for the week ahead. This is for the Tri-Cities at 94, and we're going to remain right there through at least next week. For all of our areas, we're going to be in the upper 80s, mid to lower 90s for the week ahead. A little warmer as we enter August next Tuesday. But again, folks, just right around our average. And last year at this time, we were very hot in quite the heat wave. So we're getting a little bit of a break, which is good news, especially going into waterfallies for the Tri-Cities this weekend. So looking at plenty of sunshine for that waterfallies or for whatever you want to do for this weekend. And that's going to continue really for most likely the week ahead. We don't see any real rain events on the way, so we are staying dry. Now winds are light today, and they're going to remain light into tomorrow. By the time we get to Sunday, we could see a little bit of push, maybe some 10 to 20 mile per hour winds in the evening hours. So hopefully that'll be after all the hydroplanes are done on Sunday, because wind is not the friend of those hydroplanes. So hoping for some light winds throughout the weekend. Looks like we'll mostly have that. So wildfires, we are up a little bit, or I guess downgraded a little bit. We're back in the moderate zone for smoke. Most of it is in the upper atmosphere. That could cause a little bit of haze. But if you are susceptible to breathing issues with smoke, we're staying really good on the air quality, but we could drift into the moderate zone this weekend. So just keep an eye out for that and take care of yourself. So speaking of breathing, allergy forecast sticking where it has been. Trees, grass, moderate, weeds, mold in the low zone. Nettle and sorrel are your allergens for the day. All right, today we are right around 90 degrees for Yakima and Toppenish, 88 for Ellensburg. And again, folks, slightly warmer than yesterday. Mid to lower 90s for the Mid-Columbia. And in the Blue Mountain region, 93 for Walla Walla, 91 for Pendleton. 7-day forecast, and we do have a very, very nice week ahead. Again, a little below or a little above our average, and a little bit warmer as we get to Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Plenty of sunshine on the way. Tri-Cities area, plenty of sunshine as well, mid to lower 90s, mostly, maybe even upper 90s as we get to Wednesday next week. So for our final weekend of July, it is going to be a lovely one with not much wind until maybe Sunday afternoon, but plenty of sunshine. But for your Friday today, you're going to wake up to nice conditions, a little more cloud coverage than we've seen. That'll move on by the afternoon. Folks, a great Friday and a nice weekend is in store.
With record-breaking high temperatures this summer, your home can be an oasis from the heat. But concerns about energy bills can also make you wonder, what's the best way to keep your home cool without breaking the bank? ABC's Ginger Z has more.
As the earth warms, demand to keep cool is also rising. That means that more energy is being used and more strain is on our power grids. Jennifer Alman, a senior fellow at the American Council for an Energy Efficient Economy, says that there are just simple steps to keep your home comfortable and use less energy. The most effective thing, once your home is cool, keep that cold air in by closing your shades and avoid generating any extra heat.
Think about what you're doing inside your home that creates heat and try not to do that during the hottest time of the day. So run your dishwasher overnight, run your dryer overnight. Those types of options are going to help reduce your energy use and reduce how warm it gets in your home.
Also, raise the thermostat a few degrees and use fans. She said don't fall for the temptation to crank the thermostat down.
If you want it to be at 75, don't come in and turn it down to 68 and then turn it back up. That'll just make your system work too hard, and it's not going to get colder any faster.
Want to save up to 10% on your energy bills right now? The Department of Energy says get a smart thermostat. That way you can set a program and control it from anywhere. And before winter returns, look into upgrades like sealing those air leaks and replacing windows. There are also new tax credits for energy-efficient appliances that could really help out with the cost.
Washington has created permanent rules to protect outdoor workers during extreme heat. And right now, the Department of Labor and Industries is in the process of creating rules to protect workers from smoke. They held a meeting at the Yakima Valley College yesterday morning to get input about the proposed rules, which would include things like requiring face masks when the air quality drops below a certain level and changing the work schedule when wildfire smoke is a concern. If you want to weigh in on the proposed rules or just ask questions, you have 2 more chances. There's a virtual hearing today starting at 2 o'clock and another coming up on Monday evening at 6:30. Both of those will be on Zoom. You can find more information on our website, applevalleynewsnow.com. We'll be right back with the morning sprint and a final check on your forecast. But first, a look at what's coming up on Good Morning America.
And this morning's GMA First Look.
I know the odds are not in my favor, but, someone's got to win, so why not me?
Just 1 week after someone in California hit it big with that $1.08 billion Powerball cash prize, all eyes are on the Mega Millions this morning. The main prize is currently the 5th largest amount in Mega Millions history at a whopping $910 million, with a cash out of about $450 million.
Well, a couple of years ago, the Mega Million Consortium, as well as the Powerball team, really changed the matrix of the jackpots so that they would grow at a faster rate to larger amounts.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll be talking to past jackpot winners about what it was like to win big and getting their advice to future lucky winners. With your GMA First Look, I'm DeMarco Morgan, ABC News, New York.
Martial arts is my passion.
I work out whenever I can.
But with my moderate to severe eczema, it can be tough.
My skin was so uncomfortable.
The itching was so bad.
Now I'm staying ahead of my eczema.
There's a power inside all of us to live our passion. And Dupixent works on the inside to help heal your skin from within. It helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema, so adults can have long-lasting, clearer skin and fast itch relief. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor.
Healing from within is a powerful thing.
Ask your eczema specialist how Dupixent can help heal your skin from within.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time right now is 6:52. We're going to get to your first alert forecast in a moment, but we begin with a look at this morning's top stories. A church fire in Pasco has grown into a larger investigation involving several break-ins and vandalism of local businesses. Well, authorities say 36-year-old Seth Klindworth was spotted on Lewis Street after he smashed windows and tried to set a building on fire. They say he then broke out a window at a salon on West Clark and broke the front window of Atomic Foods on North 4th. Authorities say he smashed windows at the Apostolic Lutheran Church of the Tri-Cities and set it on fire. Yakima investigators say a homeowner saw a break-in happening over their cameras and called 911. Deputies say when they got there, the suspect got onto a sports bike, rammed a deputy, and then took off. Investigators say they tracked the suspect and a second person down in the vehicle that crashed in the West Valley area. The sheriff's office says both people ran from the wreck and the suspect allegedly broke into several more houses before officers were able to get him into custody. We have an update about the law enforcement activity and arrest at a home on Quillian Street in Kennewick. Police say they searched the home as part of an investigation into a meth lab in the garage. They arrested a 40-year-old man and booked him into the Benton County Jail on a felony charge of manufacturing methamphetamines. He's being held without bail, and the investigation is ongoing. Prosecutors are seeking information about the alibi for the man charged with murdering 4 University of Idaho students last year. Prosecutors filed a motion Thursday to compel the defense team to share what they know about Bryan Kohberger's alibi. This comes after defense attorneys suggested he was not at the location where the crimes took place, but did not provide evidence or details about his whereabouts. Kohberger has pleaded not guilty. His attorneys dispute DNA evidence linking him to the crimes. Firefighters are still working to get the Newell Road fire under control in Klickitat County. This is in a fairly rural area near the Washington-Oregon border. It's the fire that sent smoke pouring into the Tri-Cities last Friday. Crews estimate the fire has now burned more than 61,000 acres. The fire is currently 71% contained, and a second evacuation shelter has opened up at Grandview Middle School in Grandview. Washington State will be getting millions of dollars from the country's largest opioid manufacturers thanks to the settlement of several lawsuits by Attorney General Bob Ferguson. The city of Yakima is getting $1.3 million over the next 17 years to invest in treatment, prevention, and other strategies to address the opioid crisis at the local level. One option to invest in the city's community diversion program, which allows people to go to treatment instead of being charged with minor crimes. An Eastern Washington treatment center, which was once the largest Medicaid youth services center in the state for mental health and substance abuse, is fighting to reopen. A judge shut down Daybreak Youth Services in Spokane earlier this year after accusations of sexual misconduct between a former counselor and a teenager. The order shutting the center down has now been extended. The State Department of Health says licenses for Daybreak remain suspended and will not comment about ongoing legal proceedings. The Greater Yakima Chamber of Commerce is looking for more kids to sign up for Lemonade Day, a summer program to help inspire young entrepreneurs. Instead of going it alone, kids receive guidance for how to start their own business, and if they don't have money for supplies, can get help finding a sponsor. Chamber officials say they got feedback from parents last year saying their kids were inspired and learned a lot of life skills. The program ends with a competition at Sozo Sports Complex on August 12th.
And welcome to the weekend, everyone. A beautiful morning so far. A little bit of fanciful clouds out there. Those are going to move on by the afternoon. Looking at more just unabated sunshine for your day. Temperatures this morning were remaining in that comfortable zone, mid to lower 60s, mid to upper 50s. And we're going to warm up quite nicely though today. We're going to see average temperatures mid to lower 90s, upper 80s. Wind speeds light today, light tomorrow. Could see a little bit of wind for your Sunday. 10 to 20 mile per hour winds possible in our afternoon and evening hours, but should be looking pretty darn nice for waterfallies this weekend in the Tri-Cities. So wildfires, we have downgraded from light smoke to moderate smoke for our areas. So we're keeping a close eye on that. But the good news, it hasn't affected our air quality just yet, but it could dip into the moderate zone as we head into our weekend. So if you're susceptible to air quality issues, do take note. So today our highs right around 90 degrees for Yakima, Toppenish, 88 for Ellensburg. In the mid-Columbia, mid to lower 90s across the board. And in our Blue Mountain region, right in the mid to lower 90s as well. So again, slightly warmer today. Right around our average as we head into our next 7 days. We are slightly warmer in the Yakima for August 1st on Tuesday. Plenty of sunshine on the way. Tri-Cities area, same story. A little bit of a dip on Sunday, but folks, ample sunshine is on the way. So a beautiful weekend is on the way. A beautiful week is on the way. For your Friday, you're waking up to plenty of sunshine with a bit of cloud coverage. That'll be out by the afternoon. We do look at lighter winds today and just a beautiful day ahead. Hope you have a wonderful and safe weekend. But remember the sunscreen and hydrate even when it's at average. Jill.
Thanks for joining us on Good Morning Northwest. GMA is next. Your local news is back tonight at 5.